Howdy. So I'm here to talk about the A-Team. Everyone was telling me not to watch this movie. Avoid this movie. Don't see this movie. And with everyone telling me not to see it, I knew I had to see it. So I did. And I'm glad everyone was telling me not to see it, because my expectations could not have been lower. So there was nothing close to disappointment in this movie. I'm giving it a 6. I thought for what it was effective. The A-Team is about, it's a remake of the 80s television series, first and foremost. But it's about 4 Army Rangers who, through coincidence, team up. I mean, extreme coincidence. Team up for a mission, and then many years later are set up and dishonorably discharged from the Army, and then they escape from their prison and are hunted as fugitives, while trying to clear their names. I suppose it's slightly complicated. Stars, let's see here. Liam Neeson, Bradley Cooper, Quentin Rampage Jackson, and Charlton Copley? Charlton Copley. I've never heard of him. He played Murdoch. Murdoch was my favorite. When I watched this show somewhat. I did not have a love or affinity for this show, because I only kind of barely remember watching it. I just remember that on Sundays, it was like an awesome block. They showed, it was after church. We would get home from church, and I would watch professional wrestling. I can't remember what they called it. WWF Superstars, I believe it was called. So I would watch WWF Superstars, and then the A-Team would come on, and then Charlie's Angels would come on. And so when I was 6 years old, Sunday afternoon was where it was at. So I don't really have any particularly fond memories of A-Team like some people do, just because, I don't really remember it too much. I just remember it being a lot of fun, and a lot of action. Same thing with Charlie's Angels. I really had no affinity for it. So I was not disappointed by the extremely bad movies. This is fun, you know. It's nothing great. It is extremely silly. There's some definite cheese in this movie. I laughed a lot when they probably wouldn't want me laughing. But it is effective. I thought the chemistry between the characters was good. I like Liam Neeson. I think Liam Neeson's a great actor. So I can't watch Liam Neeson and be like, oh, well, that was terrible. Because he's a really good actor. And a lot of the times, he kept me going through this movie. And I thought his stuff was funny and good. Bradley Cooper played the part well. I'll say that. He's okay. I was definitely worried about Rampage. His acting, especially at the start, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? But I got used to it, or it didn't bother me, or he didn't have much to do. But again, when the guy before you is Mr. T, you don't have to be a master thespian. just being able to beat the shit out of people effectively, I think pretty much seals the deal for that. And again, my favorite character was, well, now I just Murdoch. And Charlton Copley, who I do not know, never seen him before. I don't remember Murdoch being so insane. Like, here he's like certifiably insane and makes weird faces and Google eyes. And anyway, I just don't remember him being that level of crazy. But he was my favorite character, and now I'd say here Hannibal's my favorite character. But again, it was all good. The chemistry between the four actors, I thought, was believable. It seemed like they were having a fun time. I thought the special effects were really good. Like, surprisingly good. The ending of the movie is very large, a very grand scale action piece. And I found it, for what it was, very believable. It looked really good. I was like, wow, that looks awesome. So the special effects are superb. I believe it's got several Oscar nominations in the effects category for sound and visual, and I cannot argue with that. I thought the special effects were very well done. I guess my beef with the film is just that it's absolutely ridiculous, which is fine. It is what it is. But it's absolutely ridiculous. Physics don't exist in this world, which again, I don't have a problem with, but it's outlandish. Physics need not apply ever. Basically, any law of society or man or nature need not apply in this film. And I would at least like some resemblance to actuality. I mean, you don't have to go science fiction. This is practically science fiction. It's so unbelievable. But it is very fun. It is very fun, but it wasn't anything very memorable, which is what I kind of distinguish between a 6 and a 7. Is just a 7 has just something much cooler about it, something that will make me want to watch it again. And I really doubt that, I'll ever watch this again, like, wantingly. If it's on, maybe I'll watch it, or if it's some friend is watching it, I'll watch it. But nothing to bring me back, really. Though I did have a fun time. And I tell you what, if I were drunk, or if I were with one of my best friends drinking and, bad movie night, man, I'd probably love this movie. So, again, I can't really harsh it. Written by Joe Carnahan, Brian Bloom, and Skip Woods. Directed by Joe Carnahan as well. Joe Carnahan's career, for me, is all over the map. I think his strongest film, and I'm not entirely certain it was his debut film, but it's definitely his strongest, was Narc. I don't think he's made a better film. And a couple of years ago, he made Aces. What? Shooting Aces? What was that called? Smoking Aces. Smoking Aces. And for its year, I thought it was the worst movie that I'd seen. Worst movie of the year. I sit here and I think about Smoking Aces, and it upsets me. So, compared to Smoking Aces, this is a million times better, but not near as good as Narc. So, Joe Carnahan's career is all over the map. I think he's a skilled director. He knows what to do with action. And again, he knows what to do with action. He knows how to pace a story. And so I think he's an effective action director. But I think he's capable of so much more. And I hope he shows that again someday. Maybe on the level of Martin Campbell. I think Joe Carnahan kind of is like Martin Campbell light. Martin Campbell did probably the two best modern Bond films, GoldenEye and Casino Royale, along with several other films. Anyway, it's a good movie for Joe Carnahan. And, I mean, it's a good movie. I would recommend it to guys who like action. Anyone looking for anything intellectually stimulating, look elsewhere. There's not really much to be found here, but it's just a lot of fun, you know. And for what it is, it's very well made. Looks really good. Obviously, it was a summer blockbuster, so a lot of money went into it. And I think as summer blockbusters go, it was pretty good. So that's the A-Team. Check it out if you were a fan of the series. I don't know. Again, I've had people who love the TV show, and told me that this was just awful, just terrible, never watch it. So again, I'm kind of hesitant on whether to say if you were a fan to watch it, because I was not a fan. And again, if you keep in mind that the original source material is an 80s show, The A-Team, which was itself kind of ridiculous. All I can really remember about it is Mr. T and vans jumping. So, you know, whatever. It was good stuff. So that's The A-Team. I give it a 6. A worthwhile rental, I'm sure, for guys who want to see The A-Team. That's who I will recommend this movie to. Dudes who want to see The A-Team. All right. Thank you very much.